Happy Juneteenth, kings and queens. Assalamu alaikum. I'ma stay. Hello, greetings. How y'all doing out there? My name is Laima Hayes, and the name of my radio show is Real Talk One-on-One Radio Show. I am just a strong black woman that's every day embracing her truth, embracing her blackness, exposing the truth. I talk about things that are happening in our reality in this world that we call Earth. The abuse that we are as black people are going through, not even inside our homes, but outside our homes as well. But all those things plays a part in in our in our mental state. You know, um, so many people want to point the finger at black people, and then we always make this statement, well, black killing black, but we never ask the question why. Why, as a people, are we still robbing one another? We still backstabbing one another. We still, it's all about every man for himself. We was taught those things. You know, it's like we forget about slavery. We forget about drugs being important into our community, guns being important into our community. We forget about our brothers and sisters that, well, I'm gonna say our brothers first, that went to fight for this country and come back to be hung and to be treated like slaves. We forget about all those things. Of course, our mothers being stripped, families being stripped from their families and divided and stuff. But we forget about those things and don't think that those things are gonna play a part in our mental state. Don't think those things is gonna impart fear in us to the point that we are not only, but it causes us to fear one another. It's not to trust one another. It causes us to be on defense mode. It causes us to be on fight mode and angry mode and distress mode and even not only that, but you know, the food that we partake in, all those things plays a part when they come to our mental state and come to our Bible. Our Bible. Oh Lord, come to our bodies. And you know, and I hate when people say, why y'all celebrate Juneteenth? You know, why y'all celebrating this? You know, we're still in slavery, and they make that ignorant statement. And of course, you know, at certain parts in our life and certain things that's going on, you can make that comment. But why would you want to make that comment, knowing that um, we have came from a long way? You know, we have come from a long way, and we're still moving. Some of the things try to destroy us as a people, and we have overcame it. You know what I'm saying? And I think our biggest, I think that me, my opinion, I think the biggest mistake that we did was want to come together with white people, and we still want to do that. It's like we still want to include them in everything. You know what I'm saying? I've been listening to a um, YouTube channel this morning. Forgive me. It called the God Pack, the God pose, the God Pod, with with Lord Jamal, with Jiggedy, I think that's her name. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. And Gafe, and then it was another gentleman on there called Lamar, and they made a point when they said that we don't need to include white people in our movement. I mean, and that's our problem. You know, that's what happened last time. That's what happened back in the day with slavery. We want to do everything white people do. We want to include them in everything. You know what I'm saying? We want to And that's the problem. It is, we have our movement, they have their movement, and I think their movement is teaching their people, going back, getting information from us, and going back and teaching their own people, but not come into our movement and trying to take over. And that's what always happened. Look at Black Lives Matter. I think it started off with three strong, beautiful black women. It started off with them, and look at it now. Look at it now, to the point where it's not about black lives anymore. It's about politics. It's about power. It's about money. It's about um, um, showing out and protesting and stuff like that, and then it stops. Now it's what, June the 19th. Are people still protesting? You don't see it no more. You don't see it as strong as it was when the gentleman lost his life. When George lost his life, I guess can't say gentleman. I gotta say his name. I gotta put power into his name, because we cannot allow his memories and he's now ancestors, and not allow his spirit to just die out. We gotta keep the spirit high, like we do with everything else. And I love when the queens make a big point when they say unity. And I think unity is the biggest thing. It's the most important thing that we can do as a people, because they know if we come together, then that's it. If you truly come together as a people, that's it. And when we say come together as a people, when we say unity, because I always say, well, it's hard. Where are we gonna get this? Where are we gonna get that? Well, we may have to pay a lot more. We may have to pay a lot more money when we can just go to Walmart and get it cheaper, or we can go to Publix or Kroger's and get it cheaper. Yeah, all that may be true, but we continue to have the same broke mentality. That poverty mentality. We gotta come out of this broken poverty mentality, and knowing that we can do it as a people. Unity is not about just spending money. Unity is about coming together. Like when my brother or my sister needs some help with something, then he don't have to rely on the system. Because that's what the system have crippled our minds. The system have crippled our bodies. The system is trying to cripple everything, so we can depend on them. So we can be handicapped and depend on them. And unity is not all about how much money you have. It's about coming together as a people. As a people, every race does it. Look at Mexicans, right? They come here, and some of them don't have anything. They don't have nothing. What they do, they move in to one of their brothers and sisters. They move in with them, and then their brothers, and then they come together and help them get a job, and then they help them get a car. They help them get a system. They help them, and that's what we mean by unity. Is we come together to help one another. Not to always want to help one another. If I need help with something, or I need to buy something, I need to get some tissue, or some black owned tissue, or some black owned products. Then we even have a place that sell tissue for us. That sell tissue. We just got to stop being lazy and don't want to put the work into it, because we know when we say unity, it's work. It's work. It's gonna take work. It's gonna take woman power, man power. I mean, they did it back then. They did it even before Black Wall Street. They was doing it back then. They had their own. Black people had their own community, and they everything they put all their resources and assistance together, and make sure every person was fed, make sure every person was clothed. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that's what we have to do as a people, is come together in unity and stop making all these excuses, and stop saying, well, this happened, well, we ain't gonna do it. We gotta change the way that we were speaking words. You know what I'm saying? It's like we gotta tap into the God that we say, that the God that's within us. The God that's within us, we have to tap into it and not be moved by fear, not moved by police officer, or even though and then they made a good point as well. It's like we continue to video these, which is we are blessed to have a way to tape video and stuff like that. But why everybody got a videotape? Somebody should be jumping in to get these police officers off. You know what I'm saying? Our brothers and sisters, or something like that, or somebody even a police officer, a woman. I was just on YouTube and I just heard another queen dies in police custody in jail. Like, how is that even possible? How that's even possible? It's like we're not even looking out for each other when our brothers and sisters and our kings and queens get locked up and in prison. We're not even looking out for them there. Make sure nothing happened to them. We're not looking out for our kings and queens when they go to the hospital. Make sure nothing happens to them. And that's what we mean by unity. It's not just unity in the community. Unity when you have police officers that are black in you know what I'm saying, in the hospital, in the schools, like everywhere we should be protected, because I guarantee when it comes to white people, I don't care what they're gonna protect their own. They're gonna protect one another. And that's what we have to come to when we protect each other, that we respect one another. Yes, we all have our own opinion of things, but we got to come together to the point where our opinion or our whatever we want to do don't oversee the plan. Don't knock out the plan. That the plan is unity. That's the plan. Unity. You need something, reach out. Don't be afraid. We gotta stop bashing one another too. We quit to bash one another because we think a different way, or we don't, you know what I'm saying? Because we think another way, or we talk differently, or we dress differently and stuff like that. We stop bashing one another. Shit is sad, and that's the reason why these folks don't respect us. Because they look at us and disrespecting each other. Our king disrespecting queens, and queens disrespecting kings. If you're gonna do that off of social, off the. Don't record it. Like, we want to record every damn thing. Do things in private. We too damn want to be seen. So I want to be seen and be private. It's time for us to be private. Yes, we can say, well, it's hard to be private. They got, they can track us, and, that's that fear talk. Making excuses. Gotta come out of that. It's time for us to really rise up. It's time for us to tap into the power that we say within us. And then, don't let me, get on, I was having a discussion with my coworkers, and we was talking about the Rashid, I think that I say his name right, Rashid Brooks, the gentleman that got killed in ATL. He was in Wendy's, and the officer shot him like 3 times in the back as he was running away. Once again, our people love to defend the police officer, love to defend the system, and say, well, the police was just doing his job. That's not his job. His job is not to kill. His job is not to kill another human being. That's not his job. His job is to protect. But the man was running away, so there was no reason for him to shoot the man in the back if the man was running away. Excuse me. He could have been running. He wasn't getting back in his car. And then my question is, what happened before that? So I gotta go watch the video to see what happened before all that escalated, when he was, turning over the police officer. Look, the police got his ass whooped, take it like a Trump. That's it. There was no need. Yes, he had the man. He had the taser, as they say. He had the taser, but damn, you never been shot with a taser before? Because I could have sworn, don't they train like that to see can you take something? But no, we want to defend the fucking police officer and say, oh, he was doing his job. He was not doing his job. Your job is not to kill.